with the WordPress anniversary. And then he became one of our patrons also in our Patreon community. So we see him participate from time to time in our learning sessions. So I was in the WordCamp last year, and I think you like my talk, that's why I'm here again. I got recommended to be here again. So I would like to share to you some of the work that we do insofar as empowering MSMEs or micro and small medium enterprises, enabling them to use e-commerce and digital marketing technology so that in your case, since you are the future generation, I feel like I'm one of the oldest people in this room, so allow me to say that, sir, we're one of the few oldest people in this room, so let us tell you that of course you will continue programs and advocacies like this, and I hope that you will find it in your heart, to create projects that will really empower people, especially in the countryside, because that is our focus, empowering people in the countryside. So for example, a traditional business like the one in Dumaguete City, I'm referring to a shop called Subida Souvenirs. Anyone who's been to Dumaguete City here? Meron na ba nakapunta na Dumaguete? Ayun, buti ka pa kung hindi pa. Pero nagkaroon ako ng student from Dumaguete City. So normally, if you are an MSME and you have a gift shop, you promote it to local tourists, and then local tourists will come to your store. And then he got a chance to participate in one of our e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSMEs last year. So he created a web presence, and his primary product is that backpack. Okay, yung Subida Souvenirs na backpack. Merong plain brown, may tamaraw black, may rainbow color, etc. etc. And it's now being shipped abroad as well through his website. And then you have products like this, yung baril, yung may goma, tapos papatamaan ka, o diba? Diba? Parang pa-cute, diba? Yung mga pastel-style. And he likes working with the local craftsmen. Now, you may be wondering, okay, why are we doing a lot of work insofar as micro and small, medium enterprises is concerned? I think as individuals, especially for those of us who are capable of doing a lot of things, especially with your knowledge in coding and the likes, it is good to find a greater purpose or a bigger purpose that you can align yourselves with. So for me, I align my purpose with the Philippine e-commerce roadmap. So the Philippine e-commerce roadmap 2016-2020 has a lot of targets, and one of which is to empower 100,000 MSMEs to do e-commerce until 2020. So for me, that's a good advocacy to align with, because since this is our area of expertise, especially if you are into building websites and you'd like to build projects with relevance that serves a greater purpose, so it's good to be aligned with certain advocacies that you believe that you can help, and at the same time you can put your knowledge into great use. So one of the programs that I got the chance to start with was the e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSME. So I did this first with the Department of Trade and Industry Cebu. Before that, we used to have like 2-hour seminars on e-commerce, or 1-day workshop on e-commerce, or 3 days workshop in e-commerce. But from experience, even if I teach an MSME WordPress in 1 day, sooner or later that website will be abandoned. So what's really important is to have a mentorship relationship. So there's a difference between teaching, mentorship, and coaching. If I teach you something new, or I share new techniques to you, that's teaching. But if I'm telling you things from my own experience, that's mentoring, and then guiding you on how to do it. Coaching is a different story altogether, because that's more of me having a discussion with you, but all the answers are with you. So I'm just helping you think and process that information further, crossing your conscious and subconscious mind. But in this case, normally when you want to teach a person and you want to integrate a skill, there's the thinking part, where you teach them to think, how to do these things. But if they don't believe in it, they don't believe that it's going to impact them, sooner or later, they're going to go back to their previous way of doing things. So mentorship is important, and coaching for that matter, because you want to be able to tackle the thinking process, but at the same time, change also the person's belief on how can these technologies be put into action. So the MSMEs would typically go through a 10-day training twice a week, educated on creating a fascinating brand, identifying your buyer persona. Starting on the second day, they will start building websites. So of course, our platform of choice is WordPress. Okay, and then we'll teach them content writing, email marketing, customer relationship management, social media marketing, among other things, including search engine optimization. After the 10-day learning session, they have to implement a 21-day marketing campaign where they have to schedule posts using Hootsuite or Buffer, and then they would also have to do follow-up activities, like email, follow-up through private messages, among others, and have to record it in a customer relationship management system like HubSpot, because they can use that for free. So WordPress is our platform of choice for a lot of reasons, but I think the number one reason is the availability of people who can assist you. It's like if an MSME has a problem with a website, you can just easily call someone and say, please assist this person. So it's easy to find people who can assist you. So it has a lot of themes that you can use. It has a lot of plugins. Of course, it's free. I find the platform to be quite sustainable because, like for MSMEs, they can subscribe to GoDaddy and get a $1 per month web hosting subscription for 1 year with a domain name and only spend like $10 or $12 for 1 year. And they have a fully functional website. Although for the countryside, a lot of the MSMEs don't have credit cards, so I'm now hosting websites as well for the MSME. Would you believe that I am now hosting close to 150 WordPress websites? So, ang cool ng pakiramdam ko. Sagot na parang pakiramdam ko, kala nyo Kaya, parunong na ako tumingin ng PHP, may admin. At saka mag-export ng database at magpalit ng password, etc. etc. Pag hindi nila ma-access yung mga website nila, At pag sinabi, ma'am, update ako, yung picture ng mga products ko, hindi lumalabas, hindi naman down yung website. Alam, may pinalitan pa doon sa image URL, kaya nagkaganyan-ganyan yan. Anyway, among other things. And of course, the platform is constantly upgrading and there are a lot of technologies available. And I must admit that the more I use the platform, the more I realize that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So I'm very glad to be here with people like you, and I hope that my talk also will open your eyes also to opportunities that you can embrace insofar as developing plugins for WordPress. So some projects that our MSMEs have created, note that the micro and small medium enterprises, when they join the program, they don't have any websites. So they built the websites themselves. So please pardon the simpleness of their websites. So like this one, their business is actually printer repair. So if you have a problem with your printer, you call them, they will help you troubleshoot over the phone. If it doesn't work, then they're gonna pick up the printer, repair it, and then deliver it to you. Okay, so they were able to attract a lot of their clients through education campaign via social media. I think our top seller for batch 1 was this website. The entrepreneur is selling torta, or in Tagalog, mamon. Okay, but the mamon has a spike of tuba. So if you've been to Bohol, you can also drink kinutil, which is hot choco with Sprite and tuba. And you can eat it with this one, then you're in for a treat. Depending how much you love to get spiked up. We also had an MSME selling organic soap or homemade soap, and then selling it through the website using her own WordPress installation. So batch 1 actually had a total sale of 300,000 pesos for the 21-day campaign. None of them did any Facebook advertising. These are all organic digital marketing campaigns. So the second batch was more competitive. Second batch had a sale worth 3 million pesos because they're all over from Region 7. So second batch included Subida Souvenirs who made their website during this campaign. During the duration of the campaign, they were able to hit 6-digit figure sales from the website alone. We also encountered South Cebu Tours who promoted South Cebu. If you like going to Cebu, one of the YouTube videos you should watch is the Cebu Top 5, which is the new Cebu top 5 destinations that the government, local government is promoting. We also had from Bohol promoting raffia, something that you use as lining for bags and sometimes for clothes. So B2B ang kanyang business. So yung batch 2 kaya malaki kasi karamihan ng mga sales nila ay B2B. We also encountered a lady who's selling, may palaisdaan siya. So nagbebenta siya ng sugpo. Yung mga fingerlings, sabi ko, ma'am, talaga magbenta ka ng fingerlings, magkano isa? Piso, no? Piso yung isa, o 5 piso, depende. Magkano ba? Kano yung finger yung piso nga, no? Sabi ko, paano yun, ma'am? Kasi pag bumili ka ng goldfish, di ba? Nakalagay sa plastic, gano'n ba yan isi-ship? Ay, hindi pwede, mahilo yung isda. Sabi, so paano pupunig yung isda? They really have to go there and pick it up, no? So at first, I was surprised, but they got inquiries when they were promoting their fisheries o yung fish farm nila. Talagang meron talagang pumunta para bumili, no? Sa Mabolo, Cebu. So we also had a class in Bohol last year. So Bohol batch 1 has a sales combination of 500,000, but Cebu batch 3 has a sales combination of 5.2 million for their 21-day campaign. So some of the students that we encountered who built their website during that time, of course, all of these are MSMEs, like yours who's selling mga kits, programming kits. No? We also encountered PJS Police Specialist, aircon repair. Okay, travel agency, meron to travel agency, Secure. Actually, si Subida Souvenirs, one of the items na sikat sa kanya, gayuma. Love potion. So, if you're in need, there's still hope.
Complete with testimonials.
Complete with testimonials. This one has a coffee farm business. This one is selling pearls. RTW from Leyte. And then this one is also into travel. In fact, I realized whenever I was for me, Masiport, because I kept coming back in Cebu and Bohol because of these classes, I had to go to China, so I had to apply for a visa. So instead of lining up in Manila, I just paid this travel agent to line up and get a Chinese visa for me. So it worked, no? Kaya ngayon, di na ako pumipila para kumuha ng visa. Tapos na lang sa travel agency, convenient pa, no? Okay, this one, selling mga solar power system, bookkeeping services. Ang campaign nito, gusto mo ba ng closure? Para doon sa mga gusto mag-close ng business, okay? Pero kailangan mo ba ng closure? Alright? Meron din nagbebenta ng fresh milk, no? And siopaw. Pero yung mga ganito, they have to change their business model for online. Like instead of selling siopaw per piece, they were selling the franchising model of the business. Last summer, May of 2017, I also got the chance to roll out a similar project for the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT. So they have a conference called the Philippine Impact Sourcing Conference. Last year it was held in Davao. I'm going to invite you for Cebu this year. I'm going to show that to you shortly. For the Philippine Impact Sourcing Conference, that's where they launched the first Rural Impact Sourcing Technical Training. So the Rural Impact Sourcing Technical Training is actually a spin-off of the e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSMEs. But instead of training MSME, we're training out-of-school youths, senior citizens, returning OFWs, housewife, or anyone who doesn't have a job. Okay? But the training areas were in Siargao, Basilan, Del Carmen, Catanduanes, Plaridel, Balanga, Bataan, Pulangi, Albay, Alabes, Sarangani, Masbate, Zamboanga City, Allen, Northern Samar, Calibo, Aklan. So all of these are far-flung areas in the country. So what makes this module different is that we added freelancing training modules. So some of the accomplishments of these programs includes having 534 graduates. At the end of the day, more than 200 of them have online jobs. Of course, they're using WordPress also. They learned that on day 2 to build websites. They were paired with, but this time they were paired with MSMEs or micro and small medium enterprises as their portfolio case study. so that they build websites for the MSMEs. Although of course, sales performance, mataas sa kanila yan, pero sa akin, syempre, medyo it's not that high because of the experience with the MSME, but it's a good start for this project. Some of the websites that they built using WordPress, so I'm just showing you a sample of what they did. Some case studies also, like for example, in Carmona, Cavite, graduates forming their own outsourcing outfit and getting projects already from platforms like Upwork and from other prospective clients online. In San Carlos City, there's now a concept called Rural BPO. Kasi right now, because of freelancing, so the young individuals, instead of going to the city and look for a job, they now do their jobs. They now look for jobs while at home, or they go to the Rural Impact Sourcing Hub where they use the computer and do their online job there because most of them operate 24 hours. Okay? So, like in this case for San Carlos, the LGU created converted a building and converted it to a Rural Impact Sourcing Hub and partnered with a company called Virtual Workforce Professionals so that they can give online jobs to the graduates. That includes maintenance of websites and creation of websites. In this example, from the province of Aklan, so yeah, bibigay din sila ng mga projects sa graduates. All students were given web development, digital marketing, graphic design, SEO related projects. And in Zamboanga City, yung isang class doon, nag-form sila ng sarili ng digital agency and also getting projects online. Kaya kung tutusin, pag nasa Manila ka, tapos nakita mo yung mga action na nangyayari sa probinsya, you'll be amazed. No? Yung how people in the provinces are really harnessing online to get online jobs, while all of us here are struggling with traffic every day. Kaya kung tutusin, I'm hardly in Manila, mas madalas ako sa probinsya. Mas gusto ko ron, no? Kasi dito, challenging talaga. No? For Plaridel, Misamis Occidental, the mayor also helped the group there to form their own company. And in partnership with the trainer, they also started getting projects also that they can do in the local area. Ang interesting sa kanila, hindi nila kailangan ng computer sa bahay kasi meron ng provided na facility. May internet, gamitin na nila. Libre computer, libre internet. Libre kuryente. Naka-aircon pa. Di ba? Okay. This one from Kawayan City, Isabela. And I think the last one is from Cabadbaran, Agusan del Norte. This guy, Saget Cabonse, also became a virtual assistant, but also doing website maintenance for a client based in Denmark. So the Tech for Ed centers, which are usually study centers for people who would like to study sa TESDA, yung mga TESDA online learning programs, among other things, they are now being converted also into rural impact sourcing hubs. So that for freelancers or for people that have been trained to look for jobs online and to carry out in doing that work necessary and using the facilities for that purpose. At least to help them get started until they can purchase their own computer and purchase their own Wi-Fi stick so that they can connect to the internet on their own. So what I like about WordPress, the platform itself gives you potential for growth. There's so much that you can do. For example, of course, there's a lot of web hosting platforms that you can avail of, and a lot of them are very, very affordable. I like the Google Analytics integration, no? Like yung mga TacBig na plugins na made by TacBig so that if you have sales from your platform, it will appear in your Google Analytics reports. That's the Enhanced E-Commerce Analytics from TacBig. Yung mga students, last year, ang inaangal sa akin, ano ba yan? 300 words, 200 words, they get overwhelmed by the 100 words. Sabi ko, pag hindi ka nag 300 words, hindi ma-SEO ang site mo. Kaya ngayon, I don't tell them how many words. I just tell them, you must get the green light. Patay sila, mas mahirap yun. Get the green light sa Yoast SEO. You need at least 20 pages getting the green light. That's my requirement now. They use the HubSpot free marketing plugin, Sotabox for Facebook Live Chat. We're using WP Security, Back WP Up, and Let's Encrypt SSL. Actually, training them as freelancers also, on the very first day, they now sign up for teammetric.com so that they can do time tracking of the work that they do for the MSME. and every week they have to submit a weekly accomplishment report so that they can be used already in submitting client reports for the MSME. So for Let's Encrypt SSL, so it's hard to implement Let's Encrypt SSL on most of the hosting platforms that are affordable. So we're using WebRanger. So WebRanger is actually a local company. If you go to webranger.io, they have a service that they can scan your website, but they can also include free SSL using Let's Encrypt SSL. Of the e-commerce platforms, we noticed that Check Me Out has a friendly plugin that if you add the plugin on your website and you use it as your default shipping and payment platform, so that means that your shipping requirements can be auto-configured already, including the pricing. We will be testing that again this year because last year during our testing, their local price was based on Metro Manila. So halimbawa, local delivery within Metro Manila, 80 pesos. Pero kung nasa province ka, like Cebu to Cebu, 200. Kasi provincial ang tingin nila. Imbis na pag same city, treat it as local, iba yung treatment nila basta automatic outside of Metro Manila. So I have to tell them that you have to think outside of Metro Manila when implementing platforms like, so Check Me Out. Tomorrow, actually, I'll be going to China to speak at the Cross-Border Summit. And one thing that I realized, of course now I'm sure you've heard a lot about drop shipping.
Yes.
Okay. There's the plugins that we're seeing right now. A lot of them are now Chrome plugins instead of WordPress plugins like Isuzi. For the WordPress plugins, you have the Ali Dropship plugin that costs $89. Dropship's plugin that costs X dollars. You would hardly see dropship plugins that are affordable. But there is also another challenge. Like for example, if you want to build an e-commerce website and you want to encourage resellers, and instead of using an affiliate marketing plugin, kasi the problem with affiliate marketing, halimbawa si ma'am, may website siya, naglalagay ako ng affiliate marketing plugin, nag-sign up siya, mag-promote siya ng products ko. Normally, those products are manually grabbed. Diba? And then if there's a sale, I have to issue you a payout of a commission. But it requires a lot of effort from your end. The idea with dropship plugins like Ali Dropship for AliExpress, you add the plugin, you type the kind of products that you would like to add, it will appear. You can set pricing rules so that ma-indicate mo kung magkano yung markup. And then you just modify the description and then synchronize, it will already appear on your shopping cart. And then when somebody buys, you go to AliExpress and order the product and ask the merchant to deliver it directly to the customer. So all of the dropship initiatives are mostly coming from China. There are no dropship, even if there are dropship initiatives in the Philippines, wala tayong plug-in na pwede mong ikabit sa site mo na automatic magkakaroon ka ng dropship features sa website mo. Yung white label. Halimbawa, I have a website, I want to add a dropship plugin. So meaning, oh, you want to grab products from me so that you can resell it on your own. Okay, I have a dropship plugin. So wala tayong ganun. Okay? A white label, any dropship plugin that you can white label. Kaya, although may nag-try mag-create, may gumawa ng dropshipping website sa Philippines, pero I think hindi pa tapos yung plugin nila for dropship, no? Para mag-grab ng products. So, I hope maka-cope up tayo din sa mga ganong demand this year because there are a lot of Filipinos who are dropshipping products here. Pero karamihan galing ng China. Yung mga MSMEs, halimbawa sa souvenirs, willing siya. Yeah, you can sell my products. I can ship to your customer. Pero anyone who wants to sell has to grab the products from his website, add their information, do it manually. Instead of him adding a dropship plugin feature dun sa website niya, that any of the dropshippers can use it. Walang ganun ngayon. So, kasama siya sa aking wishlist. Okay? Ito, Check Me Out lang ang merong ganyan ngayon. Walang madaling plugin ngayon. Sabi mo, mag-add ka ng LBC plugin, to go na plug-in for auto configuration of shipping cost. Maski yung mga payment systems plug-in, hindi pa ganun ka-friendly. So we're still far behind on that. Kaya yung mga MSMEs natin, by default, PayPal, bank deposit, cash on delivery. Integrating na si Check Me Out, hindi siya ma-implement sa probinsya kasi yung pricing nga niya, iba yung implementation ng pricing. Sabi ko nga, pag domestic, ang computation niya palagi ng shipping is Manila pa out, hindi yung probinsya nagtatasa. We must not forget that 70% of e-commerce transaction now is happening outside of Metro Manila. Hindi na Metro Manila dominated ang e-commerce. Okay, so some of the developments for the 2018 RIS technical training courses for DICT. We're now expanding the RIS training. Apart from the 12-day digital marketing and e-commerce, we now have other subjects. Meron na specific ngayon for web development. So the instruction that I got is to have WordPress, pero pa-edit ko raw yung HTML, yung CSS. Saka sabi ko, sige, bahala na si Batman. Andrew, kausapin kita. So these are the locations. So if last year we had 26 locations all over the Philippines, this year we're training 65 locations from all over the Philippines. So these are our target locations in Luzon. So right now, ongoing na yung training namin sa Naga, Imus Cavite. Kakastart lang ng Compostela Valley. Next week, mag-i-start na yung Digos. Kaya nagpapa-apply kami ng trainers. Kaya lang kung mag-apply mga taga Metro Manila, suggestion ko ilagay nyo yung provincial address nyo. Kasi talagang, ang mandate ngayon is to hire local trainers. Meaning taga roon. Kasi we don't want to have dependence na palaging ini-import siya from Metro Manila or from the key cities. We really want to empower people from the countryside. These are the locations for Visayas. So next month, mag-i-start na yung training ng Tagbilaran, no? Tacloban. Magsa-start na rin yung... Nagulat nga ako sabi ko, Janette, meron kaming VA trainee sa Socorro, Surigao del Norte. Hinahanap ko sa mapa. Saan yung Socorro, Surigao del Norte? Yung pala, it's beside this one big island here where Kabadbaran City is here, and then there's Siargao. So it's between that. Sabi ko, paano ka mapapunta ng trainer sa Socorro? No? So kailangan talaga makahanap ng local trainer. No? And then these are our training areas for Mindanao. So, mabigat yung mga target area. So this will happen all throughout the year for 65 locations, but majority of them will implement the 12-day e-commerce and digital marketing training because that is the only training module with interaction sa mga MSMEs. So this coming May 3 and 4, there's the Philippine Impact Sourcing Conference, the second. It's gonna happen in Cebu City. Last year, when PISCON was launched, nickname niya PISCON. So last year, when PISCON was launched, yung RIS training for 25 locations, nag-MOA signing sila during the first PISCON. So for this year, mag-MOA signing sila with the 65 LGUs for the second PISCON. So topics to be tackled includes future work, professionalizing the ecosystem for rural impact sourcing, developing online workers in cities and municipalities. Malaki ang move ngayon doon sa pag-create ng mga rural BPOs. In fact, there's a push now to create a Rural BPO Association of the Philippines. Yung mga small na outsourcing outfits na may 10 people lang na hina-hire. So if you're from provincial locations, at alam nyo may rural impact sourcing hub doon, yung may mga computer facilities, may tinitrain na mga bata, tinutulungan sila makahanap ng online work. It's an opportunity for you, no, to help back, no, kung talagang nakikita nyo na maraming opportunities dyan. So, in case you wanna attend, you can, actually it's free, pero hindi siya yung walk-in. So, parang you have to, tutusin by invitation siya. So, kung gusto nyo attend, you can PM me. Pero kung talagang a-attend kayo, yung nga lang, sagot nyo yung airfare at saka accommodation. Conference fee lang ilili. Pero may pagkain. First day hanggang dinner, tapos yung second day, half day lang siya. Alright? So, if you want to learn more, we have mga free content on our website like social media marketing, freelancing. We also have e-commerce and digital marketing mentoring program for MSMEs that people can access for free. So, thank you very much for this opportunity to share what we do. mag-access lang ako.
Sige na.
Yung aking power.
Do you have
Patayo
any
sa ilalim.
questions for Ma'am Janet? May interested ba
Yung
to
if you know anyone na pwede maging trainer, you can refer them to the website bit.ly/trainer for RIST. Ang mga trainer rates sa government ranges from 1,000 to 1,200 per hour. So, it's not really that bad. So, tuturo ka ng 11 days.
Kailan daw po yung next yung e-commerce workshop in Nica?
Ongoing na siya. So, you just fill up the form. Tapos normally, yung mga locations kasi hanggang December yan eh. So, pag 3 weeks to go na, we now start shortlisting the trainers. Normally, ang priority na trainers will be from the local area. Pag wala, we go for regional. Pag wala pa rin sa regional, that's the time we look at national. Pero malaki talaga yung push na kumuha ng trainers from local and regional. So halimbawa, if you don't, let's say, for the sake of discussion, taga-province ka naman talaga, at talagang plano mo naman mag-base doon. So pwede mo ilagay yung address mo roon. Kaya lang yun nga lang, ang assumption doon, you live there.
questions?
Okay na kayo? Copy? Copy? Kung naiintindihan niyo ako, one clap? Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amazed eh. So thank you everyone for attending and feel free to talk to each other, to the speakers. Before we end, let's call Cheng to share a few more words.
Yeah. So, hello again guys. So, first of course, kahit nasa labas si Kams, we would like to thank Clock in BGC for hosting us. So, if you're wondering why Clock in, PWDO actually partnered with Clock in for us to provide free hot desk passes to our freelance members. So, may mga members kami na freelance, nag-do ng design job on the side. So, yung iba, so to prevent yung working on coffee shops and kung saan man, so we try to help them by partnering with co-working spaces like Clock In, so to provide them opportunity or as part of their benefits in joining our organization. So, kaya kami nag-Clock In this time. And then, of course, everyone in this room will be entitled to register if you want to try interaction design, so you can access this link. So we have something for you. And then free that design domain from porkbun.com. So gamitin niyo lang yung URL na to /form function and class. So we would like to thank again our speakers, so May, Jelvin, Nica, and Janette for spending their time with us tonight. Actually, to be honest, this is one of the fastest MiniFFC ever. For the record, 8:20 pa lang, and we already finished all of our talks. So, you can follow us on the following hashtags naman if you want to recap or take a look of what the others thought about the event. And the FB Live will be, of course, available on our event page and on our YouTube channel. Yes, my YouTube channel.
Announcement.
Yung hashtag. Yeah.
Announcement.
Okay, so yes, go.
So meron kaming one last announcement. We have a special event that we're commemorating.